Hi everyone, welcome to today's session on robot operating systems. This is going to be our first class where we'll be learning how to install a few essentials in order to run our robot operating system. So there are a few prerequisites before starting with actual concepts and working along that side. Let's download a few softwares which are going to help us in order to establish or set up our entire ROS ecosystem. The first software in that list is known as VirtualBox. Simply go to virtualbox.org, go to download section. Then you will get plenty of options, whichever option suits best to you. For example, right now I am on a Windows machine, so I'll use Windows host and begin my download. So there we are. We can easily download it. That's the first thing that you will have to download and install at your end. So let's start installation as well. Alright, I'll just keep everything as default. You can change the drive, whichever drive has better space or you are comfortable installing it, you can definitely do that. Yes, I want you to proceed with installation, ready to install and install. Awesome. That's the first thing. Once that is installed, second thing is downloading the Ubuntu ISO file, Ubuntu 22.04 LTS. Just search for Ubuntu Jammy Jellyfish and you will get that. Or you can even search for Ubuntu 22.04 LTS and you will still get the same link. Coming here, you will need a desktop image. So there's a small link here, 64-bit PC, AMD 64. Just click on it and it will ask you the same question, disk image file, and this may take a while because it's 4.7 GB large. So be patient, get some coffee and yeah, let it download for a bit. I already have it downloaded on my computer, so I'll cancel it right now, but you will have to let it download for a while.
1 hour later.
Alright, after downloading the ISO file as well as installing VirtualBox, this is the screen that you may see after opening Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager. So the first thing that you'll have to do is click on New. Now you may give it any name, like for example ROS2 Humble, whatever you like to give it, and keep it to any folder you like. I even like to tell him that I'm using Ubuntu for it. So let's say Ubuntu 22.04. This is what I'll give, and by default it will take the type Linux and version Ubuntu 64-bit. If it is not taking by default, just set it as it is, like to Linux, and version is Ubuntu 64. Awesome. Next thing, you'll have to allot some memory. So here are a few rules. You may have an 8 GB RAM PC, you may have 16 GB RAM PC. I often recommend to give at least 6 GB or 6 GBs of RAM to your Ubuntu system. Well, over here I have some freedom, so I can go around 8 or 9 GBs. So for example, let's keep it around 8 GBs or 9 GBs. You can slide it or put up an actual number here, whatever you like. For the processors, you may not have as many processors as I do, but more the better, but never ever cross the red line. So that's a rule. You can go up till the green bar. You are comfortable with that. Great. Another rule is giving the virtual hard disk space. I highly recommend to give at least 30 GBs here. So 25 GBs may not be enough, so at least give 30 GB. I have a lot of space, so I like to give 50 GBs and that's fine. Then click on next, then click on finish. It will create a VM for you. You don't have to start it just yet. You'll still need to configure a few things. For example, go to settings and go to storage. You see this empty disk, right? In this empty disk, go to the choose a disk file. Choose a disk file and over here go to your downloads. You will see your Ubuntu ISO file right there. Open it and click on OK. Now our entire setup is done. we can click on start, and you will see that it is preparing our VM for us. Don't worry about the screen, we'll fix that later. First thing we need to do is install Ubuntu. So just press enter. Depending on your computer or laptop, this speed may vary a lot. So don't worry about that. Even if your PC is very slow, it's totally fine. So this is where we'll begin the installation of Ubuntu operating system. Click on install Ubuntu. Keep the settings default so far. Click on install Ubuntu and then continue. I recommend you to use minimal installation over here. Normal installation will have a lot of different things which are not really required for us. So just keep it minimal for now. Then click on continue. This may take a while. Alright, over here you have to click on erase disk and install Ubuntu. So what VirtualBox actually does is it creates a virtual environment for us which is separate from our actual operating system, that is Windows for me. So even if I click on erase disk and install Ubuntu, it will not erase any system file on my Windows and just erase my entire VM and install Ubuntu there. So just don't be afraid to select that option and then install now, but make sure that you are in a VM to do this. A few small steps now. Just here you can write your name, let's say Kevalya, and for my computer name I can give it anything I like ROS2. I recommend to keep a small password for your VM, like 4 digits or something, 4 digits or character. Even if it says it's a short password, it will still accept it. The reason is simple. Whenever you are going to use Ubuntu in order to install something, delete something, it will ask for a password. And if you have a really complicated password, really large one, especially on your VM, this may be quite frustrating. So just to keep it simple, keep a 2-digit or 4-digit passwords so far and click on continue. Now the installation will take place. Your system files will be created onto this virtual machine. So this may take around 10, 15 or even 30 or 40 minutes. Please be patient. Nothing is wrong. Just read through all these details that they have provided and enjoy.
A few moments later.
Alright, so after installing Ubuntu, this screen will appear. Just click on restart now. It will automatically restart the entire VM for you. Okay, now press enter. Awesome, our system is ready. And you may skip everything for now, and it's okay, just to follow along. Fine, done. Great. The first thing that I like to do after installing is to update everything. For example, using sudo apt update. It will ask for your password. Make sure you remember it. Then sudo apt upgrade. Make sure you do not face any errors here. You'll also need a constant internet connection to do all the updates and upgrades. Meanwhile that is happening, let me show you how to install ROS. ROS installation is pretty easier than entire VM creation. So how that works is ROS2 Humble installation. Just search for it and you'll see an Ubuntu Debian packages. Right. Click on it. So over here, all the instructions in order to install ROS2 Humble are provided. Just follow along them, and you will see how we will be installing it quickly. Alright, after doing that, we'll check if our local is in UTF-8 or not. Well, traditional Ctrl-C plus Ctrl-V will not work on Ubuntu terminals, unfortunately. So you'll need to either right click on it or press Ctrl plus Shift plus V. Okay, so just remember that. Looks like it is not on UTF-8, so let's change that to UTF-8. Even the instructions are provided, so we just have to follow along exactly like this, copying and pasting. Fine. Now let's check once again. Yes, now we can see our line is in UTF-8. Awesome. Next thing, we have to set up sources. Well, in a lot of cases, you may need to go through this Ubuntu Universe repository. You will have to enable it manually. Sometimes it may work, sometimes it may not. So just make sure you check that. I'll just move forward. Perfect. Now we'll have to do sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade once again before our actual installation. I highly recommend using ROS Humble desktop version because it includes RViz, demos, tutorials, everything that a beginner needs. And copy and paste it on the terminal. It will actually ask for around 3 GB of additional space. Press Y and enter. And there you go. Our installation will start here. This may take a while, so like around 5-10 minutes at least. So just grab coffee once again and see you in a while. I'll just fast forward.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
First, let's source our ROS2 installation. Next, run ROS2 and you should see the following output. Congratulations, your ROS2 Humble is installed.